Hi everybody, it's Kristen with Hasta Cielo y Más. It is Tuesday, February 7th, 2017, and this is my 8-week duodenal switch update. I'm coming to you this week, week 8, 1 week before my surgiversary, to share with you a little bit about my journey and where it all began. But first I'll get started with my stats. I started this journey with a high weight of about 450. In July of 2016, I was seen for a bariatric consult, and at that time I weighed 435. And I was told to lose between 50 and 70 pounds pre-op. And I did that on the ketogenic diet, which I'm going to be discussing today. But by surgery, I was down to 371, which was about 65 pounds. And on the day of surgery, it was 371. Last week, I came to at 336.6. And today, I am 332.6 for a 4-pound weight loss this week. And I have lost 38.4 pounds since surgery and 102.4 pounds since the beginning of my journey a little over 6 months ago. So I had a really great week. I don't have a lot to share. I did attend support group last night, which was fabulous, and had a really good time. But I really wanted to share with you kind of where I started and what, more than just wanting to be in the research study at Johns Hopkins, kind of what was going on with me. Last week I shared my really wonderful post-op lab results that still have me on cloud 9. But this week I kind of want to give you my history of how this all began. So back in the springtime, a very close family member of mine decided that he was going to have the duodenal switch surgery. And I wanted to be of support to him. We have both always been very overweight, morbidly obese. And I figured if his bariatric surgeon had recommended that for him, I needed to research it and look into it for me. So at the same time, I had another very close family member who was also going to be going through the journey. This has been amazing to have such close family support because this journey is not easy. And though I've received a lot of support from social media, from Facebook, from YouTube, etc., and resources from Pinterest and Google and blogs and vlogs and you name it, really having someone that I can call almost at any time to get information and help and ideas and suggestions and confess my difficulties has been phenomenal. So I had my first bariatric consult July the 29th. And on that day, I received a call from my PCP's office from the nurse about the blood work that I shared last week, the terrible blood work, the scary blood work that I had. And so I had a lot of comorbidities going into this journey. I already had diabetes. I had high blood pressure. I was on medication for both. I was diagnosed with fatty liver disease. I was being sent to multiple specialists. There was concern about my kidney function. I was a mess. And living here in San Antonio, Texas, which is a very predominantly Hispanic community, I know many diabetics and people who have families, members with significant diabetes. Diabetes is rampant in my community for a myriad of reasons. But I knew how bad things were. And so I really wanted to get a handle on things, and I was scared. I truly was scared. So at my doctor's appointment, I don't even recall my BMI, but it was so high that my doctor suggested that I lose 50 to 70 pounds before surgery. I was a bit discouraged because I really haven't dieted in a little while. I haven't dieted post my hysterectomy in 2008. And at the time that I had the hysterectomy, I was trying to have a baby. And I had lost 150 pounds on my own and had gotten almost to the weight that I needed to be for my doctor to work with me on some fertility issues. Before I turned 40, I really wanted to try to have a baby. and I was diagnosed with uterine cancer. And so after the hysterectomy, I began the process of adoption, and that process took 4 years. And it was hard. It's really, really hard. And I gained a lot of weight. And I find that the only way I'm ever successful with weight loss is when I'm completely engrossed and immersed, almost possessed, obsessed, not possessed, almost obsessed with the process. And so my family member was already seeing a dietitian. I had only seen the surgeon one time. I was not seeing a dietitian yet. So she said that she had learned that post-op we needed to stick to under 30 net carbs a day. So being the Google queen that I am, I started researching what 30 net carb diets look like, and I found the ketogenic diet. I am a Google queen. I research constantly. I love to learn. And very, very fortunately, I found a group called Ketogenic Success within the first week or so of starting my journey. My first couple days before I found keto, I was completely lost. I didn't know how I was going to lose 70 pounds in several months. I didn't know what I was going to do. I don't exercise. I was a couch potato. I have no balance, as I've mentioned many times. My age, my comorbidities, my stress level, my anxiety, all the things wrapped into, oh my gosh, how am I going to get this done? And so I found keto. I found the Facebook group Ketogenic Success, and it just very quickly transformed my my journey, my process, my pre-op. And so it made it a lot easier. There were incredible stories, incredible support. Social media is amazing for that. I wish I'd had that 30 years ago, 20 years ago, but social media is incredible. I've made some wonderful friends, and I've received a lot of support. And because of my progress with my health results, I've been able to offer a lot of support, not only on social media, but in my own community as well, with my own friends and family. So it's been quite a journey. It's been really amazing. In the Ketogenic Success group, one of the things that I quickly learned and glommed onto, basically, in my obsession, is not to cheat. There are keto foods that are keto friendly, if you will, but there are also things that are inflammatory, that are non-keto. Some of the oils like vegetable oil, corn oil, and canola oil, as well as legumes and peanuts. Some of those things and soy. I was able to cut those as well as the big ones like sugar and flour and corn and potatoes and rice. And so I was able to make those cuts. I kept it rather simple in the beginning. I'm still keeping it rather simple because predominantly, honestly, budget concerns. But, you know, I still found that it was not difficult for me to follow the ketogenic diet. I had a lot of success pretty quickly on the keto diet, and people were saying to me, why are you continuing with surgery? You're doing so well. You're doing so well. And so that is one question as I wrap this up that I want to answer is why did I continue with bariatric surgery? I've never really had trouble when I set my mind to it, sticking to a diet. I've always been able to lose weight. The last time I did it with a lot of exercise, a lot of simplicity as well. But I didn't have children then. I didn't have a vestibular condition then. I didn't have comorbidities then. And I just was, I just reached a point where probably the fear of regain was pretty much my concern and my reality. And so having considered, or even probably not considering at all, bariatric surgery 10 years ago, I now was at a point where I could see that it was much safer and not as frightening as it might have been, say, 10 or 15 years ago. And so it became something that I could wrap my head around. Having family members that were going through the process as well made it definitely more palatable to me. Let's see. Goodness. I guess I'm going to wrap it up. I didn't really look at my notes, and so I'm not sure what I've left off, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what brought me to this point. So, part of my other reason for deciding to go with the DS was that I felt so good on keto. I didn't mention, although I maybe have mentioned in the past, that within 9 weeks, I had pretty much cured my diabetes with keto. My blood sugar had come down from the high 200s, very high 200s, to the below 100. And so I was pretty much maintaining below 115 all day long. And so I was amazed that I could cure diabetes with keto. And so I felt really great on keto. I had a lot of energy. I felt much better. I could breathe better. I just felt so much better. And so when I realized that basically the optimal diet for duodenal switch was keto, I'm like, well, shoot, I can have surgery, lose weight, keep it off permanently, hopefully, and stick with a diet plan that I really am enjoying and that's definitely improved my health. So, just wanted to share that as well. Guys, it's been great to talk to you today. I am back out on my porch. As you can see, it is not just a beautiful Tuesday today, but it is a record-setting 86-degree Tuesday in San Antonio, Texas. And it's really nice. There's a little bit of a breeze and the birds are out and the trees are starting to bud, and it's pretty out here. So can't wait for my husband to start fixing up our garden back here, and it'll be really nice in the spring. Anyway, I want to thank you for all your support, and God bless y'all from the heart of Texas. See you next week. Bye-bye.